press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, good morning to all. In the previous video, we have started the discussion on the differentiation in calculus. So in this, the many formulas we have taken, all are very important in solving many problems in physics, either in deriving some equations or getting solutions to the problems which are coming in board or even it may be in entrance. Most important too, how this relates to the physics, believing that you are known well about velocity, acceleration and displacement. And you have studied a particle moved from one point to another point. You defined it as displacement. Displacement by time you defined as velocity. That is the first order derivative we say, dy by dx, where y is a displacement. Variation of displacement with respect to time defined as velocity, it is nothing but the first order derivative of the function, displacement. Then velocity comes. At what rate velocity changes? That is velocity changing by time taken. Let the velocity from 20 meter per second to 40 meter per second took place in 2 seconds. Then difference of velocity by time 2 seconds gives you the acceleration, speeding up of the particle. So that acceleration is again derivative of the velocity with respect to time, dv by dt, or second order derivative of the displacement, because first order derivative you find velocity dy by dt, d square by dt square if you did, you get acceleration. How this happens? With some examples to make you to learn correctly when you enter to the physics I taking today. And then we enter to the new tool called as integration, which is also equally important as like differentiation. The two important applications I mentioned you. It gives you the slope, differential function gives you the slope, dy by dx or dy by dt or dv by dt, the slope value is most important. And another is, you also come to know how to find the maxima and minima if a function is varying between the two extremities. What is the maximum value it takes and what the minimum value it takes. That also we have discussed, and those in related to them I take some problems today. If time permits, we can start integration also. Let us see the question, displacement of a particle. Y is equal to t cube plus 6t square. Find velocity and acceleration of this particle. You have to find both velocity and acceleration for this y equal to t cube plus 6t square. What you are given here, you first see that y is equal to t cube plus 6t square is nothing but displacement dependent on time. So the question first is find velocity of the particle. When you go to velocity, it is first order derivative of displacement with respect to time. So that means if you take here d by dt of t cube plus 6t square. So this can be taken as separately, u plus v, formula given to you, d by dt of t cube plus d by dt of 6t square. Now u plus v, we split u separate, v separate, both are dependent on time, y dependent on time. Now you know the differentiation order, t cube, you know x power n into x power n minus 1 means here 3 into t power n minus 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 6 comes constant as it is because I given you one relation d by dt of cu c into d by dt of u where c is a constant. So if you take c out, t square again I am taking 2 into t, 2 power minus 1 is 1, 2t. So velocity can be written as 3t square plus 12t is 1. One answer we got. What they questioned? Find the velocity of the particle. We got 3t square plus 12t. Second question is on acceleration. Acceleration can be written as a differential function of this, or it also can be written as a d square y by dt square. What I told, it is a second order derivative of displacement or first order derivative of velocity gives you the acceleration. Now let us substitute for this d by dt of v. V can be taken as a 3t square plus 12t. So this can be split into d by dt of 3t square plus d by dt of 12t. Now acceleration becomes, you see, 3, this 2, 3 into 2t plus 12 into 1. 1 into t power 0 is, t power 0 is 1. Therefore, we got acceleration equal to 6t plus 12 is the solution. Finally, we got the answer. Question is, they given the displacement which is dependent on time, y equal to t cube plus 6t square, displacement is there, v equal to dy by dt, u plus v formula, we use du by dt and dv by dt, and constant is there, you can bring out and variable can be operated, and x power n is n into x power n minus 1, we operated and got this answer. Another derivative, once again you find the derivative of v with respect to time. We used this same 3t square plus 12t, and 3 2 is 6t plus 12 is the answer. 6t plus 12. So I hope you are followed. Let us go to the next problem. You mute if you not understood, intermediate, carefully observe. Following formulas are more important. What given? Under that formula, how this equation modifies or modulate, you have to see it carefully. See the example 2, velocity of a particle. Velocity of a particle v is equal to a1t plus a2. A1 and A2 are constants. They are not variables, they are the constants. Show that acceleration is independent of time. Independent of time. Question is the given, coming to the solution, you are given this velocity v equal to a1t plus a2, but you have to find acceleration, because you have to show acceleration is independent of time. Acceleration equal to dv by dt, differentiation of velocity with respect to time. That is nothing but d by dt of a1t plus a2. If I separated d by dt of, I am writing one step I skip because a1 is constant, I brought out and written inside dt only, plus d by dt of a2. You are well known, this becomes 0 because derivative of a constant is 0. dt by dt is 1, a1 into 1, our final answer is a1. Acceleration is a1 is a constant. Here it is not contained any time term. Time term is absent means acceleration equal to a1 is a constant, therefore it is independent of time. Why? Because it is not containing time term. It is not dependent on time. Only a1 is already a constant, they told. Therefore, acceleration remains as a constant. It does not vary with respect to time. I think you are followed. Glance it. We can go to the next question. This question is a particle starts from rest, moving with uniform acceleration. Moving with uniform acceleration, displacement of the particle after t seconds in meter, after t seconds in meter is x is equal to 3 plus 4t plus 5t square. Find number 1, initial displacement. Number 2, initial velocity. Number 3, uniform acceleration. And displacement at t equal to 5 seconds. Fifth, velocity at t equal to 2 seconds. So the different cases are given to us here. Particle is moving under uniform acceleration starting from rest. Starting from rest means its initial velocity is 0. The meaning is initial velocity 0 implies displacement of the particle after t seconds in meter is given by this. Displacement is given when we come to the solutions. Displacement x is equal to 5t square plus 4t plus 3. We have written this. First, if you see here, the case 1, what is initial displacement? The case 1, initial displacement. This means t equal to 0. Second, you put t equal to 0. What is the x? 5 into 0 plus 4 into 0 plus 3, x equal to 3 meter. Already the given x is in meter. Therefore, the first answer is 3 meter. Initial displacement. So, the second that is the fourth one, displacement at 5 seconds. X is equal to 5, that 5 into t 5 square plus 4 into 5 plus 3. 25 into 5 is 125 plus 5 4 is 20 plus 3. See, 125, 20, 145 plus 3 is 148 meter. The displacement at x is equal to 5, at x time t equal to 0, position is x, and displacement at this means it is nothing but the position rather than saying the displacement. So, the displacement actually is delta x in 2 seconds, from 0 to 2 seconds is, if I call it as 0, x5 minus x0, 148 minus 3 equal to 145 meter. This is the answer. Position of the particle, initial position, rather than saying displacement, it is a position. Y is a position giving, x naught is 3 meter. Instead of this, I better call it as a position of the particle, and this displacement, it is a position of the particle, and hence displacement you got it as 145 meter. That the two combinedly, initial position and displacement at 5 seconds. So, better it is initial position. You got displacement as 145 meter. Now, coming to the second one, velocity of the particle. V is equal to dx by dt. Dx by dt. So the differentiation of that nothing but 5t square plus 4t plus 3. So separate it, 5 bring out dt square by dt plus 4 into dt by dt plus d by dt of 3. This is 0, this become 0, this dt by dt is 1, become 4, 5 into 2 is 10t. Therefore, velocity equal to 10t plus 4 is the one answer. Initial velocity. Initial means at a time t equal to 0 second how much we require. It is a general velocity equation we got. For this I have to put t equal to 0 and this becomes initial velocity. Initial velocity they told, initial velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 0 because it is started from rest. Therefore, V initial is 0. Velocity at time t equal to 2 seconds. Velocity at time t equal to 2 seconds. This expression is clearly for velocity. Initial velocity 0 because it starts from rest. In the question itself given starts from rest. And velocity, this question, fifth part, velocity at t equal to 2 seconds, you have the equation velocity equal to 10t plus 4, 10 into 2 plus 4 equal to 24 meter per second is the answer for this. V 10 into t, 2 second, 20, this 4 adds. So I told initial position we determined that we got only x equal to x naught equal to 3 meter. And displacement we got delta x equal to 145 meter. Initial velocity as given initially it is 0 and velocity at 2 seconds we got as 24 meter per second. Now remained with acceleration. So I hope you are followed. To find velocity we have to get the first order derivative. Is a general equation for velocity comes. As first starts from rest, initial velocity that becomes 0. After 2 seconds you put t equal to 2 and you got the answer 24 meter per second. Now coming to the next part is acceleration. That is the third one. Uniform acceleration. So that you are given x is equal to 5t square plus 4t plus 3 and you got v is equal to dx by dt. It is a velocity, dx by dt as 10t plus 4. Now acceleration equal to dv by dt. Differentiation of this, that is d by dt of 10t plus 4, 10 into dt by dt plus d by dt of 4. This is 1, dt by dt is 1, but derivative of a constant 4 is 0. Therefore, acceleration equal to 10 meter per second square. Given position, find velocity and find acceleration. Finally, you got it is uniform. Already they told it is also independent of time. Therefore, it is constant, not changes at value eternal. Some equation such given to that You can find either the initial position, not the displacement, position, velocity, uniform acceleration, position after 5 seconds if they ask displacement, initial position and final position after a certain time. Now difference of the two gives you the displacement of the particle, uniform acceleration, velocity at t equal to 2 seconds, and uniform acceleration. So in a question, the possibilities I mentioned you. Whenever they give, when you substitute, again repeating because at the beginning you made some corrections, x gives you the position, initial position, put time t equal to 0, you will get initial position as 3 meter. When you put displacement at t equal to 5 seconds, you get after 5 seconds where the particle is. So you got 148 meter, initial 3, difference gives you the displacement at 5 seconds. Differentiation of this gives you the velocity equation. They given initial velocity 0, velocity at t seconds we determined as 24 meter per second. Acceleration is asked, uniform acceleration, it is time independent, remains constant throughout the operating interval. Let us we go to the next question. I hope you have followed it. So in this example, let force F is equal to 2 divided by sin theta plus root 3 cos theta. Find the minimum value of F. You have to find the minimum value of F. So you are given F is equal to 2 upon sin theta plus root 3 cos theta. If y is equal to, I taken the denominator sin theta plus root 3 cos theta because numerator is already a constant. See here numerator is constant, denominator is having variable. Now we have to derivative with respect to theta, and if it is found to be maximum, if this function become maximum, then no doubt force become minimum because it is a inverse. When denominator become high, very high, the total value become very minimum. So this maxima to get, we know in the first step, we find the differentiation of y with respect to theta. Maxima and minima determination. Differentiation of d theta into sin theta plus root 3 cos theta. So this d by d theta of sin theta plus root 3, I brought the constant out, d by d theta of cos theta. You know differentiation of sin theta is cos theta plus root 3 into, because cos theta function has minus sin theta derivative of it, and this should go to 0 as per the condition. That means this should become 0. Or I can say, if I take the root 3 sin theta is equal to cos theta, or sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta, which is root 3. Root 3 take that side and cos theta bring this side. Tan theta become 1 by root 3, sorry. Because root 3 go to the denominator, cos theta this side comes. This suggests theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by root 3. You know its value is equal to 30 degree. Value is 30 degree. But we are not confirmed whether it has to be shown maxima. Theta we got, we can substitute here and get the answer. I cannot say at this stage maximum. One stage is clear. We got first order derivative of the denominator only we have taken and shown it to be equal to theta 30. In this second step, you differentiate one s again. dy dash by d theta if I write. If I considered it as y dash, if I consider this for this after the differentiation came value y dash cos theta minus root 3 sin theta, first order derivative is over. This is nothing but I can write d square y by d theta square as d theta by y dash. Second order derivative of the original function is the first order derivative of y dash. One derivative we did here where we got cos theta minus root 3 sin theta. So I can write here it as d by d theta of cos theta minus root 3 sin theta. Differentiate this, cos theta become minus sin theta and sin theta become minus root 3 cos theta. Already you know theta is 30 minus sin 30 minus root 3 sin 30. If you did that, so it is nothing but minus half minus root 3 into sin 30. Sorry, sin 30, it is cos 30. Cos 30 is sin 30. So did mistake. Derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. Sin theta is minus root 3 cos theta. Minus sin 30, this value I am substituting. Minus root 3 cos 30. What you will get is minus sin 30 is minus half, cos 30 is root 3 into root 3 by 2. So both are negative means it is less than 0. I am not simplifying because our aim is to find whether it is less than 0 or greater than 0. Less than 0 implies y is have maxima, because I told you that if the slope is decreasing, point will be at maxima. So in this case, slope goes on decreases when it is negative. Confirmed y is maxima we shown here, showing that d square y by d theta square is less than 0. Because both are negative terms, it is minus of minus 3 by 2. That become minus 4 by 2 or minus 2 comes. But that is not important, showing that negative is important and come to the conclusion that y is maximum means f is minimum for 30. So f takes, in the small space I conclude this problem, f is equal to 2 upon sin theta plus root 3 cos theta. For 30 degree if I substitute in that 100%, f become minimum. That means 2 divided by sin 30 plus root 3 into cos 30. That is 2 divided by half plus root 3 into root 3 by 2. If you take on it, 3 by 2, 1 by 2 is 4 by 2, become 2, 2 by 2. If you simplify, f minimum is equal to 1. This is the answer. Minimum value of f, final answer we arrived at. I hope you are followed. I have taken one equation and our aim is to show what is the minimum value of f. As numerator is constant, I made simple division rule. Instead of I use this sum rule, u plus v rule to find the derivative of that function. Instead of f is minimum means denominator should become maxima. I taken that only and we found that value and we got theta equal to theta equal to 30 degree. To confirm y maxima, once again derivative of this d square y by d theta square come to be negative, confirms y is maximum, negative slope. Substitute this 30 degree in the equation initial, theta, wherever theta, substitute 30, and you know sin 30 is half, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, simplification gives you the answer 1. Minimum value of force is equal to 1. So how this differential operator uses to find the force at what angle it is takes minimum value. When you applied a force on a body, at what angle when you apply that force on a body, force become minimum. That's what we taken this. We can take another example. Have a glance on it. Let us take an example. Mass of a body is 152 kg. It is in motion. Its velocity at time t is given by v is equal to t square by t plus t, t square plus t plus 1. Find the force acting on it at t equal to 2 seconds. So once again carefully read the question. You are given, if you go through the information that they are given, the question is mass of a body. How much it is? 152 kg. Its velocity is related as t square by 2 plus t plus 1. Find the force acting on it. Question is on force on the body. F is equal to how much is the? Always when we are going through the problems in physics, first you think what exactly they are given and what is the question. They given the mass, they given the velocity. And you know that force F on the body is mass of the body into acceleration that it experiences according to Newton's second law of motion. But our aim is to find A. So let equation 3. This is our aim to find. Given the mass, if I find A, our job is over. We get success. How to get the force Acceleration is equal to given dv by dt. Because velocity given, we must be more confident in getting the acceleration. So this is equal to d by dt of t square by 2 plus t plus 1. When differentiated this, t square is a 2t by 2, it only, plus differentiation of this is 1, plus differentiation of that is 0, constant is 0, we taken separately 1 by 1. So it is 2t by 2, it is differentiation of t with respect to that is 1, differentiation of constant is 0. A is equal to t is the answer we have. But at t equal to 2 seconds, it is a time dependent. Acceleration is not constant, it is a time dependent. Acceleration equal to 2 seconds, they given from this. So if I substitute A in this, therefore F equal to m into A, 152 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2 plus 1 is this much of Newton. You got acceleration at t equal to 2 seconds as 2, taking meter per second square. So mass and acceleration, we got the force. So given mass, velocity given, use this relation. To find A, we use the derivative of the function and got the answer. I think you have followed. So take another example. If f of x is equal to 1 by 4x square plus 2x plus 1, find maximum value of x. Find f of x, find maximum value of f of x. So already maxima is fixed. Again in this numerator is constant, given f of x is equal to 1 by 4x square plus 2x plus 1. Let again, as like in previous case, I take 4x square plus 2x plus 1 should become minimum to make this maximum. If this function denominator become minimum, then this function become maximum, as we have discussed as like in previous one. To get this minimum, you have to find dy by dx of 4x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. If you separated each one, 4 I bring out into x square plus 2 into dy dx of x plus dy dx of a constant. That must go to 0. X square, it is a 4 into 2 into x plus 2 into 1, because dx by x is x power 0 is 1 plus 0 is 0. It is 8x. If I take other side minus 2, or x is equal to minus 2 by 8 or minus 1 by 4. This x value, which takes value minus 1 by 4, is the If I substitute that in this become maximum. So directly I am not going to the second step. They fixed it whether maxima or minima is not questioned. Maxima directly. One step we can skip and take here f of x maxima is equal to 1 upon 4x square plus 2x plus 1. 1 upon 4 into minus 1 by 4 plus 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 1 square here. Because x square, here it is x plus 1. So 1 upon minus of minus become plus. 4 by 16 is 1 by 4. Because 16, it is 4, cancelling 4. It is minus 4, 2, it is minus half. Minus 2 plus 1. So if I take this as a common LCM as a 4, it is 1 time minus 2 times plus 4 times. This 4 go to the numerator. This 4 go to the numerator. 4 plus 1 is 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 go to the numerator. F of x maximum. For confirmation, I give you, if you are trying, you got already that 8x plus 2 dy by dx equal to 8x plus 2. You have. You find d square y by dx square. If you find d square y by dx square, it become 2. 8 only, x remove. 8 is positive. 8 is positive means this is minimum. This is minimum because you know positive slope when arises in the curve, when positive arises, the point will be at minimum. It is coming minimum means, so this value, so it has to be maximum plus 2 coming. Yes, I shown this is coming minimum, that function become maximum, right? D square y by dx square if you did, d square y by dx square if you did, it is coming 8 which is greater than 0. Therefore, y is equal to 4x square plus 2x plus 1 is minimum. If that is minimum, this function will have maximum, right one. Let us take an example, velocity of a particle moving along x-axis is v is equal to 10 plus 5t minus t square at the time t equal to 0 second, x equal to 0. Find acceleration at t equal to 2 second. Question is on this. In solution, if you take the equation v equal to minus t square plus 5t plus 10. But you want acceleration. A is equal to first order derivative of velocity with respect to time, that d by dt of minus t square plus 5t plus 10. That is equal to d by dt of minus t square plus d by dt of 5t plus d by dt of 10. This minus brought out into 2, x power n is n into x power n minus 1, therefore it becomes t. Here 1 loses plus 5 and this becomes 0. Therefore, acceleration A equal to minus 2t plus 5 for t equal to 2 second. Condition given for t equal to 2 second, acceleration equal to minus 2 into 2 plus 5. So this equal to minus 2 into 2 is minus 4 plus 5, A is equal to 1. So the unit not mentioned, units maybe. So the velocity given, you have to find the acceleration for that. At t equal to 2 second, for t you substitute, you got the answer as 1 unit. I think followed. Let us go to other. Find the slope of the curve y is equal to minus 6 cube plus 3x square plus 9x minus 27. Finding the slope. You are given y is equal to minus x cube plus 3x square plus 9x minus 27. Slope of curve. Slope of curve is nothing but equal to first order derivative with respect to x, variable x is here. That d by dx of minus x cube plus 3x square plus 9x minus 27. D by dx of minus x cube plus d by dx of 3x square plus d by dx of 9x minus d by dx of 27 minus 3 into x square, 1 power is less, plus 3 into 2 into x because 1 power is less, plus 9, derivative of x is 1 plus 0. Hence we got slope equal to minus 3x square plus 6x plus 9 is the answer. This is the slope, means they asked the first order derivative of it. So dear students, here I want to say that differentiation is a vast one. In depth we are studying in second POC. But operators and formulas what we have seen in the 2-3 videos, they are most important formulae. Those formulae we have to take according to the question they give. And using those formulas we can simplify and to come to the final solution. But here the two important applications, one I showed finding the slope of a curve and other is to find the maxima and minima. If you given an equation, finding the slope means it is nothing but first order derivative of the function. In maxima, minima, I told you the two steps. First order derivative, in either case you make it 0. Find the first order derivative of the function and keep 0. Find the value of the variable x. That may be maxima or minima. To confirm it, you have to once again find the derivative of that value obtained and see that if it is becoming negative, then its function is maximum. If that derivative is becoming positive, then that value is minimum. If you got second order derivative of that variable function, negative means function original is maximum. If comes negative means it is maximum. If it comes positive, second order derivative of the function comes positive, then you have to take it as a minimum. Under this we tried some questions and we go through the assignments and the test to make you to understand and gain some confidence of this, and also conceptually how differentiation operates in physics. The more and more the assignment working and test facing with these operating rules, we will get success to solve problems in physics with this differential calculus. In the next class, I take you to the integration, another tool equally important as like differentiation. Has many formulas. Formulas are more important. That should not be in the book. You have to by heart and keep in your mind to operate correctly. Thank you and wish you best of success for learning this.